we are going to review, range test, and chronograph test the Nerf rival Zeus MXV-1200. It's the first flywheel semi-automatic blaster in the rival line. Stay tuned. Take a look at the Zeus and go over its primary features really fast. This blaster actually takes 6 C-size batteries. You want to do this screw here, this screw here. This tray actually slides out. It's one long continuous tray. You slide the 6 batteries in, insert it back in, and retighten the 2 screws. Good part about the Zeus is the batteries are actually spread out well throughout the blaster, so it actually lends to it being very balanced. It also comes with 2 pop-up sights here and here, 1 tactical rail up on top. It also comes with 2 tactical rails on the side. These are actually separated, and we actually have to snap those in, which I've already gone ahead and done. The sight that's up on top is actually perfect for the rival scope, as you can see. And then it comes with 1 13-round magazine and rounds. So to load the Zeus, you actually insert this part here with the clip up and in from the side. And then as soon as you hear that snap, you just slide in the back part until it locks in between these 2 orange tabs. Okay, this is the magazine release here and here. So you're actually going to pull down and then with your hand just pop the magazine out one side like that. It is a very awkward loading feature and probably the one thing about the blaster I don't like. It handles pretty nicely. It's got a nice little foregrip up here for your hand. It's got a jam door in case something happens. I haven't had a jam on this yet, so I'm not really sure how often you're actually going to need to use that. The barrel's actually really nice. You can't attach any other type of barrels to it, but it just has a very nice balanced feel. The trigger is very smooth as you pull it. It has the rev trigger down here, as well as on one side only, it has a safety switch. So once this is put into the down position, you cannot rev the trigger or pull the trigger. So now that we've gone over all the features on the Zeus, to fire it, you simply rev the trigger, wait till it gets up to maximum RPMs, pull the trigger. Simple as that. You like that? Yeah? All right, we'll go outside and shoot it, okay? All right, let's take this outside and range test it. All right, so here we are outside today to get ready to start this range test. We're gonna shoot from 3 different distances, 2 different ways. We're gonna shoot at the garage. We're also gonna flip the camera around and show you from each distance what it looks like coming at you so you can judge how powerful this blaster truly is. We're gonna be shooting from distances of 20, 30, and 40 feet. Let's begin at 20. Let's go. Wow, I think we can all agree that the Zeus is pretty lethal within the range of 20 feet and under. So we put it on the chronograph test just to reaffirm my original opinion, and we took 20 shots for testing purposes. The high shot came in at 90 feet per second, the low shot came in at 78 feet per second, and the 20 shot average was 85 feet per second. So as you can see, for the money, you're gonna get a nice blaster here. We actually used brand new, out of the package Duracell batteries for this test, so I like what the Zeus has to offer. All right, we're gonna drop it back to 30 feet now and see how this thing performs at this distance. So let's take a quick look at what I think are the Zeus's shortcomings or cons. The first thing I would say would be the cost. This blaster average retails for $49.99, and the unfortunate part is your cost isn't done just there. You actually have to go out and purchase 6 C batteries, which is going to be a reoccurring cost over time. And the cost of an average set of batteries for a 10-pack or an 8-pack is about $10.97. So just to get this blaster up and running, you're looking at about a $60 investment. And over time, you're going to have to keep redoing batteries unless you have rechargeables. And the second issue I have with this blaster is actually the loading mechanism. The way the magazine actually enters the blaster to get prepped, I just don't like it in any way, shape, or form. The fact that you need 2 hands to kind of do this, it's just very awkward. It's not very efficient or fast. So if you're in the heat of a battle, it is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. I would much prefer them come up with a different design aspect for it, but you know, it is what it is. For me, everything else is pretty nice about this blaster, so I would say that those are about the only two cons that I have. So let's move on. Okay, we're gonna do 3 magazines from 40 feet, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna shoot them all at the camera. The first one's gonna be semi-automatic, second one's gonna be rapid fire, third one is gonna be as I walk in. Here we go. Let's take a look at the things that I do like about the Zeus. First of all, the balance and comfort. This blaster is actually set up perfectly. I'm about 5'8", and for me, it's just totally comfortable pulling it in. The balance is beautiful. The trigger pull is sweet. The rev trigger's in a great place. The locking mechanism is perfect for my thumb. Taking aside the loading and unloading mechanism, this blaster just overall has a lot to offer, and I love the way it feels. Not to mention the bullpup design is a very high positive in my opinion. All right, 2, powerful, 85 feet per second, stock form out of the box for a flywheel blaster. Nice, I like it. You know what? Just as long as you make sure that you're cognitive of when you're revving and that you rev it up to its highest potential before you pull the trigger, those speeds will be pretty much what you're hitting every single time. And on to number 3, customization, tactical rails, pop-up sights. The Zeus gives you a ton of new options. So here's personally how I probably run it. I throw a flashlight on one side, an extra spare magazine with the 2 clips that come in the extra kit, and the Nerf rival scope up on top. And as you can see, when you have all this stuff together, it holds on nicely, and then just to remove the magazine, it's a simple pull and a simple pop on. So very easy, very efficient, and a well-designed and thought-out blaster with the exception of the loading feature. So let's get to my overall opinion. Okay, as you guys know, we rank on a 5-star scale, and we do it in 5 different categories. So let's start with cost. I'm gonna say the cost, I'm gonna give it a 2. It is a very high investment to initially get this blaster off the ground of around 60 bucks. And then the constant upkeep of batteries. So for me, it's not a major determining factor, but for you, you have to really decide if you wanna make that kind of financial investment. Firepower, 4.5, I definitely like it. Of course, I can deduct half a point because when you're rapid firing on a flywheel blaster, obviously you lose power the faster you pull the trigger. So I'm not really sure if there's a way around it other than modding, but for me, that's a half a point deduction. Customization, give it a top notch. It's got 3 tactical rails plus pop-up sights. A lot you can do with this blaster, so a lot of fun. Ease of use. Everything's very easy to use on this blaster with the exception of the loading and unloading feature. So for that reason alone, I'm going to deduct 2 points because it's one of the features that really I don't like about this blaster. And finally, the quality. It's definitely a solid addition to the rival line, and I'm very pleased with it. So I'll give that a 4. The chronograph rank, as we said before, was 85 feet per second. That's the average of 20 shots. My overall total score of averaging these 5 scores came out to a 3.7. I am going to recommend this as a buy. For me, cost is not a factor, so use this judgment for you. If you don't have a lot of money, you might want to look at the Apollo, which is a cheaper alternative, although it's not flywheel. If cost is really not a problem for you, then you could probably rank this blaster a little bit higher. But the power, performance, and balance and weight are superb in this blaster. Just minus out the loading and unloading feature and the cost of batteries over time, and you have yourself a well thought out blaster. So that's my opinion and review of the Nerf rival Zeus MXV-1200. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And from our family to yours, have a wonderful day, everybody.